Welcome back to Buckets and Besties, where basketball meets bestie behavior.
And Fee is back, baby.
Woo, the queen. I guess that's it. That's the show. Napheesa Collier is back. The All-Star rosters are loaded, and the Stud Buds are preparing to take over Chicago.
And on this episode today, we have awardee predictions, our thoughts on the WNBA's approach to player conduct, as well as their coaches, and a recap of the season so far ahead of All-Star Weekend.
Yeah, let's get into it. We have a lot to talk about.
Let's tip off. We're going to start with our highlights of the week, as always. Meg, what you got?
My highlight of the week was going to the Gotham game last week at Citi Field. So the Gotham, they won 1-0 over the Washington Spirit last week. They played in front of over 40,000 fans. It was like one of the biggest, I think, if not the biggest soccer game attendance at a baseball stadium. So that was pretty neat to see. Everyone out there in droves came. It was neat to see just like everyone out there, even though it was like 100 degrees that day. The air quality was terrible. And I kind of felt for the players. There's a couple like hydration breaks each half. And, you know, it's always like comes into play like player safety. And like I was thinking about that after I was seeing like clips of like players taking oxygen and whatnot. So, you know, it's like a big game where they can't reschedule, but definitely highlight for me seeing my favorite Rose Lavelle score and Gotham win over Washington Spirit last week. So that was fun. What about you, Katia?
Nice. Well, my highlight of the week was over the weekend, I went to VeraCon, which is a first time convention here in Newark at NJPAC. And it was a really fun day of conferences and listening to people that are in the TV industry or in pop culture. Taye Diggs was there, Bevy Smith was there, and I got to take a picture with Joy Reid. She's a journalist. She used to work for MSNBC. I love her because Trump hates her. No, I'm kidding. I love her because she's always been super outspoken about her thoughts as a journalist. And I was just like shaking when I got a picture with her. I was like, hey, Joy, can I get a pic? So that was really fun. And I got to just network and meet with a lot of people that are on the rise in the industry in Newark. And you know me, I'm always looking for opportunities to keep expanding and talking about everything that we're doing in the film world. So that was fun. And yeah, I can't wait until the next one. That was so exciting to be at. And yeah, can't wait for the next one.
I mean, keep going at it, girl. Getting it. Didn't mention that Taye Diggs was there.
Yeah. And of course he had a really nice like big hat, you know, Taye Diggs style. Like,
oh, he's
so handsome.
No. All right, bring it back. All right. All right, let's get back into it. We'll start off with the bestie breakdown. Katia, back to you.
Like we said, Napheesa Collier is back, baby. This just in. We just found that out about like an hour ago, and she's expecting to make her season debut against Seattle after nearly 10 months away from the WNBA. She missed the entire 2026 season of Unrivaled, and she underwent surgery for both her ankles, and she missed the Minnesota Lynx first 27 games, and now she's returning. So I'm very excited, even though she is on a minute restriction.
I'm so excited too. And I think the scary part for the rest of the league is that Minnesota has been thriving without her. They're number one in the league right now. They're entering this game at 21-6, and Olivia Miles has been incredible, and Kayla McBride has continued to give that better production.
Yeah, like I am curious about how Fee fits back in, but I feel like there's going to be synergy already with them because they have been practicing. So I'm not weary about it, even though the notes say that we should be. But I don't think, like, Fee is an all-around superstar, so I think she'll fit right back in where she left. And I think the Lynx will be unstoppable with that, like, Courtney, Olivia, and Fee, like, triple threat.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not worried about them all gelling. Like, Fee is a veteran. She's experienced. She's had time off before when she had her child, her daughter. And like, she's going to come back in and they're going to rock and roll, I think. So my question is, does her return automatically make Minnesota the title favorite then?
I think so. I think it makes them, we already knew that they could be contenders for like the finals, but her Fee coming back, I think doubles down on that. And so they're up there as the favorites.
And how patient do you think like Charlotte Reed should be? Like I'm thinking like Fee's ready to like play 35 minutes right off the bat.
I think so too, but they don't want her to probably injure herself again. And even though they cleared her, she's good. Recovery is longer than what's written on paper. While she might have a good game of playing, it might not be the same another time. So it's kind of just like getting back into the groove of it. So I would say, Cheryl, be patient, but I think they know that on their end.
Oh yeah, I absolutely agree with that. I think I'm always in the corner of better safe than sorry. Why push it when there's more than 20 something games left and they have the All-Star break, so she can definitely ease back in. All-Star games this weekend, they have a little bit of a break the next couple days. So I think, ease her in with 10 minutes or so or 10, 20 minutes. I don't think push it. You're right on the ball with that. Show her you be patient. We want our girl for the rest of the year. All right. So our second story is we're just going to highlight the Dallas loss to the Liberty and just the effect of Paige's absence. So our second story is New York Liberty coming back to beat the Dallas Wings 99-98 in overtime. Dallas entered the game on a 6-game winning streak. Unfortunately, it came to an end this week against the Liberty on Monday. This game was postponed after the Dallas's, I believe, charter flight had issues. And what was funny, I just wanted to highlight was in an interview, AZ had no idea that the Wings were going for their seventh straight win, and someone commented that she's so used to just winning at UConn that 7 games was not on the front of her mind, that we're going for a franchise record. So back to it, but the Wings led it by as many as 12, but New York found a way to come back.
Yeah, what a game. They went into overtime and Dallas just couldn't pull through at the end, but what a game. I did have my chips with the Liberty winning, especially with Paige out. She makes such a difference when she's not playing the game. And with that said, we have to talk about the reason why Paige wasn't in the game. Dallas Wings played against the LA Sparks a few days ago, and Paige Beckers and Nneka Nweke had a crazy collision, and you saw that Paige hit her head. I thought that she had a concussion because they were down for a while.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. It looked like a combination of factors happened. And then I saw an interview in Jose's post-game interview that he was definitely joking, being sarcastic that Paige was upset about AZ because she tripped Nneka and Nneka fell into her, but he was totally and you could tell he was smirking on his face and people were taking it literally. But what happened was thankfully Paige was cleared of a concussion and was not placed in concussion protocol, but Dallas did hold her out against New York because of a soreness and rest. So
yeah, I'm glad they did. They did play back-to-back games, and I mentioned it earlier, that was a hard fall. All-Star is a few days away, so just making sure that she's in the best health as possible.
I'd also raise it a larger question. So now that she did have this scary collision, do you think of should a player like that still be participating in All-Star Weekend? I know obviously Paige Beckers is a big name, but do you think she should still play this weekend?
I think it is based on Paige and the medical staff, and Paige also was on an interview saying that she wished it was spaced out a little bit more. She's very excited to play. She's looking forward to it, but she wishes that the schedule was spaced out. So I guess it's up to her. Maybe that day she'll feel I don't know if I want to do this today, and they'll probably just hold her. But whatever they think is best, the health has to come first.
And back to the game, the Liberty needed that win. So we saw that the Liberty had lost 4 straight games coming into this. And I guess they said, finally, enough is enough. So Breanna Stewart, I watched some of the game. Breanna Stewart, she finished with 33 points and 13 rebounds. Serena Ionescu was quiet throughout the whole game. I think she was shooting very poorly. And then she came back in overtime with 12 of her 21 in overtime. She completely took control of that extra period.
Do we expect anything less from Stewie? She is the bread and butter to the team.
I know. I think you did say she was clutch last week.
Yeah.
That was your clutch pick. I think they did miss Paige's presence, her bringing up the ball, point guard presence. We both discussed this about how there was maybe a disconnect at different points, and Enrique was kind of doing her own thing, and that when they did run a play for AZ, she didn't make it. I just think this game was a lot because the Liberty still has a ton of injuries. So like Phoebus wasn't in, Sabali wasn't in. Who else? Rebecca Allen was in, but she had, I think she's coming back from a broken nose. She had a face mask on. Like there was just a lot of factors. Like the Liberty, I don't think has been at full strength the whole year. And I will say like Chris DeMarco has done a pretty good job with them trying to like put different lineups in. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? I just think it like doesn't display what really both teams are capable of, you know?
Yeah, but it also shows like, I think both can be true, and it shows like they are still both incredibly like strong teams, even with certain players being out injured, especially the Liberty. You cannot count out like a veteran championship level team. But Dallas nearly beat them without its lead scorer and playmaking. So like they were very, very close. It's not a moral victory because Dallas had the game, but it does something that the Wings team is deeper and more competitive than people expected. Like we know that their team is deep. It's just a matter of like when they're able to like you said, make plays differently, not stick to what they know and try to do things like outside of the norm. Like you said, passing that ball to making that play for AZ.
Yeah, no, even just thinking of Liberty in general, like having Stewie and Sabrina are like, is an impressive duo to begin with. So like they should be always competitive in these games, I believe.
Yeah.
But like moving on, let's get into All-Star Weekend because who's not excited about All-Star Weekend? So it started off with the 3-point contest. The 3-point contest contestants were officially announced, and we have 6 participants. They are AZ Bud, New Jersey's own Marina Mabry, Ryan Howard, Bridget Carlton, Napheesa Heidemann, and Janelle Saloon. Initially off this list, Hadia, what are you thinking?
I mean, come on, I have to go 35. First of all, you know, I'm an AZ Bud girl down, and she's the only rookie that's on this list, which is insane. Like we know AZ has been in 3-point competitions before when she was younger, and she actually beat Steph Curry, the 3-point shooter of 3-point shooters in the NBA. And I don't think he let her win. I think she really has it like that, and we know that because of her quick release. We've seen her shoot threes from deep. So I'm going all AZ this time.
Yeah, she's definitely like robotic in nature. Like when she gets going, it's just like flick of the wrist and like she's on fire and it's just like routine. As far as my pick, I'm gonna go with Mabry because I'm just on the Mabry train all year this year. So I'm gonna pick Marina and go with Jersey Tough there. But I think they're gonna light it up. I think once, like same, I think Marina said like once she gets going, it's like lights out. Like they just kind of flow state. I do find it interesting, like Sabrina not participating, Caitlin, and I'm not gonna like. And I saw a comment too again, like where it's like Caitlin shooting 33% from 3 that she should participate. Man, people are cruel, so they're like, yeah, she should get in there and participate. But like 3 bigger names, and Kayla McBride is out too. But like 3 bigger names are out. But like I think it leads it's like definitely leaving a very competitive very competitive field left for sure.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about our dark horses. My dark horse pick is Napheesa Heidemann. She plays with enough confidence to walk into the contest. She's been doing a lot for Seattle this season. I mean, she's been shooting really, really great threes, and she's just improved overall. So that's my pick.
I'm going to go with Saloon because I just did read that she has the best 3-point percentage out of the group of the 6. So we'll go with her, and she's also like a 6th player of the year candidate too. So I'll go all in on Saloon for the 3-point as a dark horse behind my initial pick, Marina.
It would have been nice to see both Caitlin and Sabrina there do the 3-point contest, but there's such a strong roster already that's there. I don't think we'll be missing much, so I'm okay with them not being there.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like there's always like a pressure for like the bigger superstars to do these contests, and I don't know. Sometimes I think like they deserve a little rest too, you know? I don't know. So that's like my take on that too, because I think it happens in baseball with the home run derby, and sometimes they say it kind of messes up their swing or messes up like their shot. So, I mean, let them be. If they don't want to participate, they don't want to participate. I think it'll be exciting either way, so.
Yeah. All right, let's get into some All-Star rosters. All right, the All-Star game tips off this Saturday, July 25th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on ABC. And this year we have Cynthia Cooper and Teaspoon, who have drafted their teams as part of the WNBA's 30th season celebration. So here's our full roster. Well, here's the full roster for Team Spoon. We have Caitlin Clark, Asia Wilson, Olivia Miles, Aaliyah Boston, Just Shep, Ryan Howard, Alicia Gray, Jocko Jones, Courtney Williams, Kiki Iriafen, and Nneka Onwuka. Wow, what a stacked list of people. Who we got on Team Coop?
Team Coop, we have Paige Beckers, Brianna Stewart, Kelsey Mitchell, Natasha Howard, Gabby Williams, Angel Reese, Marina Mabry, Dominique Malanga, Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young, and Sonia Citron. The first thing that stands out to me is the balance of established stars and newer faces. So you see on Team Spoon has Caitlin, Asia, and Jonquel that have been there before, but they also have Olivia Miles, Jessica Shepard, and Kiki. And then Team Coop has Paige and Stewie, but also Dominique Malanga and Sonia Citron that are making their first All-Star appearances, as well as like Marina Mabry that we've left out, like I didn't mention. But you see also Kelsey Plum is on there, but I believe I don't think she will be playing, but I'm not sure either. But what about you, Claudia?
Yeah, like what stands out to me the most about Teaspoon's team is their size. Like, and we talked about this before we started. I mean, with Asia, Aaliyah, like these are some of the best defensive players in the league. Like we're gonna have Asia in the post. We'll like have Aaliyah, defending with Just Shep. I mean, what with JJ and Nneka, like I don't want to go up against them and rebound. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's like who is trying to rebound against them? I don't know. Paige, like they're definitely gonna dominate down low. And you see the opposite on the other side. It's kind of more guard heavy, like and perimeter talent. You have Paige, Kelsey, Gabby Williams, Marina Mabry, Kelsey Plum, and Jackie Young. So yeah, there's like gonna be some like high octane offense. And then you also see the UConn connection with Paige, Gabby, and Stewie as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be such an interesting matchup, and like not to just talk about the wings, but we know like the wings have been like guard heavy, and like seeing the strategy behind like building a team full of guards, or like in this now like just all-star, like having a team full of like amazing defenders, and then now we have a team full of like that's heavy on guard. Like it's gonna be interesting to see the matchup between both of them. So like I think Team Coop might be the more naturally entertaining all-star team because they have so many players who can like push the ball and create their own shots and take over for a few possessions. But Teaspoon looks like they could accidentally start treating this like a playoff game.
Ooh, so which team are you picking to win?
I gotta go Spoon.
Okay.
Yeah, how about you?
Yeah, no, I know size, they always say size wins out in the end, but I'm going to go Team Coop just to go opposite of you. I think in the end, the guard speed, the talent, the ball movement is going to overtake the size advantage of Team Spoon. I think at times they're just going to outrun them on the court. You can't underestimate Kelsey Mitchell's speed getting from end to end. I also think Angel Reese and Dominique Malanga will match up better than we think against the bigger size of the Team Spoon team, but I think the young power forwards / centers have a chance against the bigger four of the Team Spoon. But yeah, now looking at the rosters, it is kind of crazy how small Team Coop is.
Yeah,
but we'll see how it plays out.
I need to see like two smalls. Like I need to see all of that during the game. Okay. Now, who would you pick for your All-Star MVP?
I was thinking about this before, and now I'm trying to think who I would go with. Trying to think who won last year. Who comes first to mind is if Paige is healthy, I'm gonna go Paige. Just because I think her versatility, playmaking ability, she's gonna get other people involved. She's gonna have fun. I could see her racking up not like a triple-double, but maybe double-double in assists and points in the game.
For All-Star MVP, I'm gonna go Kelsey Mitchell. And I know that's another dark horse moment, but I really don't think so. She's been very, very consistent in leading her, team, like leading Fever. And I think she's gonna do the same in the All-Star game. So let's just see what comes out of that.
I like that pick a lot. Yeah, that's a great pick.
All right, moving on. We're getting to our mid-season award favorites. All right, Sports Illustrated just released its current award favorites, so it's time for us to judge their judgments. And here are their picks. Gabby Williams for Defensive Player of the Year, Olivia Miles for Rookie of the Year, Janelle Saloon for Sixth Player of the Year, Jess Shep for Most Improved Player, and then Cheryl Reeves for Coach of the Year. So Megan, which one do you agree with?
I think the one I agree with most is Rookie of the Year. I think that's easy. That's like an anonymous decision. I think that will be most likely Olivia Miles. We were like discussing before, I think, or maybe I was discussing with someone else earlier, but unless I think AZ goes off on like a tear the second half of the year and averages 20 points a game and has five steals a game, I think Olivia Miles for sure is the front runner. What are your initial thoughts?
So I think I agree. I think that Gabby Williams is definitely like can be Defensive Player of the Year, but I definitely want to highlight Bridget Carlton as a contender. She's a forward for the Portland Fire. She currently holds a 112.1 defensive rating. Her defensive ratings and advanced metrics have remained super solid throughout the games, and she's very versatile. She's a two-way player, and previously she was at 96.9 at a defensive rating when she played for the Minnesota Lynx in 2024. So definitely look out for Bridget Carlton as well. I think she also is contender for this award for sure. But yeah, the race I find the most interesting is Rookie of the Year. I know people have been talking a lot about Olivia Miles and AZ Fudd, and Olivia Miles has been incredible for Minnesota, especially with Fee out and Fee's returning now. AZ is producing at an elite level in Dallas. We knew she had a kind of I want to say rough start, but she was just getting her footing in, and she's on her way to becoming one of the best shooters in the league. I think AZ's still up there, but I'd go Olivia Miles in that lane.
Yeah, I agree with that. Analysis. I think we were discussing before the pod too that AZ could be up for all defensive team and defensive player of the year instead of rookie of the year. So I think that's an interesting take too. I think as looking at stats we were doing before the pod, she is averaging more steals and more blocks than Gabby Williams, and Gabby Williams is up for more of the conversation right now. Mm-hmm. But if AZ doesn't get rookie of the year, she better be on all defensive first team for sure. There's no doubt. She's almost averaging a full block a game and close to 2 steals a game for a guard to be averaging a decent amount of blocks at 5'11". That's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Now, I guess we'll move on. Rookie of the year has been decided pretty much, but what about MVP? Are we automatically handing it to Asia again?
Absolutely. Well, while I know you can't give MVP to automatically give someone MVP, but Asia has been showing out. It's on the stats. But if we're kind of switching things up, I think Brianna Stewart is a high contender for that role.
Yeah, and then I think also we love a dark horse, and then we love saying Kelsey Mitchell's name, but I don't think she's out of the question either now. Mm-hmm. She just had back-to-back 30-point games for the Fever, and she's going under the radar. I meant to say last week, I was listening back our episode, but totally under the radar. Mm-hmm. She just had back-to-back 30-point games, and you just she gets she's almost in the background because of Caitlin Clark gets all the attention, and they're polar opposites, right? Caitlin's very loud, and then Kelsey just plays. She shows up and plays and lets her basketball do the talking, which I love. But I think she's up there too for MVP, and then probably I would go with Paige too as a last option, another dark horse. But Asia is her numbers are doing the talking again, and you can't ignore numbers, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And what about Coach of the Year? What are your thoughts on that, Claudia?
I think Cheryl Reeve could be a really strong argument. She's built a really strong team with Minnesota, even without Napheesa. And I mean, the players have constantly been developing. Even Olivia Miles, who's new, within just a short time, she's gotten so much better, even though she's already great. You're developing players like Courtney Williams, Natasha Howard, Dorka, off the bench, especially even Nia Coffey, which we've seen her be explosive this season. So, I mean, that takes really, really, really good coaching. So I'd give it to Cheryl Reeve.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I actually was thinking today, I'd probably go with Jose Fernandez. I think Wings have already won more games than they did all of last year. Mm-hmm. And I just see he's obviously the roster they've put together is very impressive. And just to have all the parts be cohesive and working well together, that says I think a lot of the head coaching and just, I think all the, of the head coaching. And I think just like in general, I think he's doing a great job. I think he's well liked by the players as well. That does make him a coach of the year, but I think he is well liked and he's doing a great job there.
Yeah, let's see who wins that. All right, moving on. Now let's get into the most important production happening during All-Star Weekend, the Stud Buds live broadcast. I just saw on Instagram that they both, Napheesa and Courtney, dyed their hair. They dyed their hair blue, so that's exciting.
Yeah, I did see that really quick too. So last year, Courtney Williams and Napheesa Hyman basically gave fans an all access pass to All-Star Weekend. They had players popping in, locker room energy, parties, dancing, and even Commissioner Kathleen Engelhardt made an appearance.
Yeah, that was so fun to see. And oftentimes we're always wondering about what the women are doing outside of the games. Like, we never get like a sneak peek into that. So it's fun to see them in a different light and we get to see their personalities. Their live stream was so much fun. Everyone was dancing, having a good time. And then when the games come on, last year they kind of fake locked in. It was all for fun, but I'm excited to see what they do this year and just make it bigger and better. I know people love watching live streams, so I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too. I'm so excited too. So who do you think will make a surprise appearance this year?
Ooh, let's go Asia. I want to see Asia on there. I need to see Angel Reese. I need to see some people that are like, they do have injuries but showed up for support. Like, I need to see Rakia Space again. I need to see Dejanay Carrington, like, bring the baddies back. I need to see them. How about you?
Yeah, no, those are good picks. I love Dejanay. I would definitely want to see Asia too. I mean, we get a glimpse of her personality in like post-game conferences, and she's like so funny. I think she's hilarious. So I'd love to see her like make an appearance, see the dynamic between Napheesa, Courtney, and Asia. And also like Sydney. We brought up Sydney Colson a lot last week. I know she's not playing this year, but I think it would be fun for her to make an appearance. What was that, like the big party last year? Was that AZ's like podcast party that they were all out last year?
I don't know. I really don't know. I thought it was like a welcome party or something. I could be wrong, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I feel like that party, we got a glimpse into like AZ and Paige. We got like a glimpse into like Naya and Marina being a couple, I think. I'm also like excited for like, I think the carpet too, to see like, I feel like that one girl, she interviews and talks about like who's their boyfriend or girlfriend, or like how much they know. Yeah, how much they know about their spouse. Yeah, so I'm
just like wag talk. I think
we'll get any new wags or new couples this year. I don't know.
It's like wag talk. Do you think Kathy's gonna show up in the stream?
Oof, I don't know. Like, she's been a bit controversial this year. I guess what's worked in her favor, they did come to a great like CBA agreement. So hopefully she'll make an appearance. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Is she well liked by the players?
Yeah, I don't know. I would lay low if I was her.
Yeah, I don't know. So we'll see what happens with her. She always when we saw her at that game that time, she does dress nice. Like, I'm curious what she'll end up, but she has to make an appearance as a commissioner. So she'll be there in some form, whether it's on the live stream or not,
True. All right, moving on. We're going to our favorite segment, Six Women of the Week. It's time for our Six Women of the Week segment, where we recognize a player bringing energy, production, momentum beyond the starting five lineup. So Megan, who do we have today?
So my Six Women of the Week is Caitlin Chen. I know I've picked her before, but I had to pick her again. She scored 20 points and 6 assists against Washington while shooting 8 for 13 from the field. Unfortunately, they ended up losing to the Mystics, but I think the funniest part about the whole thing, or just like, was Veronica Burton in the post-game presser saying, oh, she was impressed that Caitlin's ability to score is very impressive at her height. And I think the funniest thing about it was Veronica Burton in the press conference, the post-game presser, when she said she was impressed by Caitlin's ability to score even though her height. Meanwhile, Veronica's the same height as Caitlin, so I thought that was really fun. She's also like shooting 57.5% from the field and close to 43% from the field. So for a guard, her efficiency is ridiculous right now, and she's just like that spark off the bench for them, for the Valkyries. So like, you're getting production no matter what. And I think we didn't touch upon the sixth player of the year, but I think she has a good shot against her own teammate, which is kind of crazy too. Gabby Williams made a comment in one of her post-game pressers that there's two options for sixth player of the year on the Valkyries. Do you have Sloan that's playing off the charts as well? That could be a starter. Yeah. And then you have Caitlin as well, scoring 20 off the bench the other day.
Yeah, for sure. I would say my sixth woman of the week is Natasha Howard. She continues to be one of those players who can impact the game without needing every possession. I think she averages about like 11 points per game. In her previous game, she played about 26 minutes, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, and she's shooting 55% from the field. So incredible numbers there, and she's making an impact on the field. And not only that, like, she's useful on both ends of the floor. Her transition defense is crazy, and she can always force a turnover and really buck up against big players in the post. And with Fee coming back, I'm interested to see how Natasha's role develops. Is she going to lean more on the defensive end now that we have like a super elite front court? I want to highlight her because she is amazing. She's amazing on the defensive end, in my opinion. And yeah, go Natasha.
Yeah, for sure. That front court of Minnesota is going to be a problem.
Yeah, like I think Minnesota is just going to have to find ways that Natasha works when Fee comes back, and they'll just find better ways for both of them to like just create pressure against the other team. All right. This is our favorite segment, Jump Ball. Jump Ball is our segment where we pick a topic that's happening in the WNBA, and me and Megan go back and forth and debate on that topic. So today's question is the league improving its response to player and coach concerns? Yeah,
so I'm going to debate yes, and Kadia's going to debate no on this. So Kadia, you're up first. Minute on the clock. We'll keep to a minute like we did last week. So let me count you down for a second here. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Cool. All right. So I do think the league is listening a little bit because there's more public pressure. However, I think they're responding to things a bit differently, and they need more transparency, whether it's like officiating, scheduling, or player safety. I think there needs to just be an all-around review system. For example, the Alyssa Thomas and Caitlin Clark situation, they were kind of not like that call was missed, and it turned into this whole debacle. Like they kind of like let it go on a little too long without addressing it to the public. I think they wanted to just keep it about the play. Like they just need to be more responsive to the media and not try to sugarcoat what's happening. Damn, that was fast. You can't celebrate the league's growth without also improving like infrastructures that support it as well. And that's internally and externally. So yeah, they need to do better.
Yeah,
that was fast. 1 minute. Sorry. Okay,
yeah, minute goes by very quick. I can agree with those points as well, but I'm gonna debate yes. So if you can start the clock if you want, Kadia.
Hey Siri, set timer for 1 minute.
All right, so I'm debating yes, that the league has improved their response to player and coach conduct. I think you see the example of just a situation that happened with Sandy Rondello's comments that the league did react right away to that and suspended her for 1 game. I mean, now, I think more of the debate comes down to like what is fair, what should be done, or is a game enough, or, whatnot. I am happy that they actually did respond, because there's always like a waiting game for us to see what the league's going to do, or if each player is going to speak up. Angel did speak up on it and then said like, I'm not going to speak on it any further. So, and then Sandy did issue an apology right away. So there was that. I fortunately like that, like the two parties involved responded right away, where I know we've talked where it's like, why aren't anyone responding? And I honestly say, I think silence says a lot more sometimes, but just with that situations, I'll say, yes, there has been improvement.
That was good. What do you guys think? Drop a comment below. Is it getting any better or not?
Darn. Let's think before we speak, right? Like, I don't know. Like,
be nice. Be nice.
Don't be dumb. Be nice.
Okay, and before we go, it's time for our scouting report. Here is the final slate before the All-Star break. We have the Mercury versus the Sparks, the Lynx versus Storm, Sky versus Liberty, the Aces versus the Mystics, Sun versus Fever, Wings versus Fire. Megan, which matchups are you most excited to watch?
Yeah, I mean, we know that both of us are Wings fans, so I'll probably tune in for some of that tonight. And then I'm excited for the Lynx just to see if he gets in there for a bit. So I'll have to turn on that, and I'll obviously have to see where they're broadcasting it because that obviously makes it a little tricky. I paid for a trial the other day so I could watch the Liberty versus Wings game, and then I canceled it today. So yeah, no, for me, I think it's definitely the Lynx versus Storm, and then yeah, the Wings game tonight. We'll see if Paige returns or not. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the injury report, but those two games I'll definitely be excited for.
Yeah, I really want to watch the Aces versus the Mystics. I feel like I haven't been giving the Mystics much love this season, but they just came off a really high. I mean, like with Shakira Austin, Lauren Betts, like they've really been go-getters in their last few games. So I really want to see their matchup against the Aces. It's going to be tough, but they've been playing with a lot of energy and spunk. So definitely am looking forward to seeing that. Moving on, we're at our final segment of today, Outside the Paint. All right, Outside the Paint is where we highlight something that's happening outside of basketball or something that is not relative to the game. So for my Outside the Paint moment, I want to shout out the premiere of The Life in the W featuring Napheesa Collier, Dewana Bonner, and Asia Wilson this Friday on ESPN at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Right now, they currently have a 6-episode rollout. And I've noticed, like with the league expanding, a lot of the women have been getting more TV deals and movie deals. So it's so wonderful to see what their life is like outside of just playing the game, like outside literally the paint. Outside the court, and we get like to tap in to see what their home life is like, you know, the challenges they face, the backlash they face, how they respond to things that are happening in the media. So I'm excited to see that. I don't think we really get stories like that unless it's like a news interview. So to see them in a different light, I can't wait to see. And I don't know, and I said this to Megan earlier, I hope there's not a game on with this crazy WNBA schedule because I'll be watching this.
Yeah, no, I definitely will be tuning in. And I guess we kind of got our wish where we both said that like we hoped Asia would make an appearance on Step Buds. So I guess now we're going to get a glimpse into her personality and her home life and probably see her with Bam and go into like Miami games most likely. But yeah, I'm excited to kind of see Fee too. And like hopefully, I don't know if they'll like touch upon unrivals or anything with that. Probably not. But her home life, just balancing it with being a mom, and you have DB too, that's a mom. So I always love the stories of like professional female athletes that are moms too, because that like never was a thing when I was growing up. So I love that has now become the new norm, that like women can do both. Like, you know, just like you can have a corporate job and be a mom, you can be a professional athlete and be a mom too. So I'm looking forward to highlighting those women as well. So my Outside the Paint story is the Women's Professional Baseball League. So for you guys that aren't aware, or even Katia, I think I wasn't aware until recently, there is a Women's Professional Baseball League starting August 1st, next Saturday. The Los Angeles Queens will be facing the New York Heights, which is the New York team, at Robin Roberts Stadium. The league right now just has 4 teams, but in the bigger areas of the country, metropolitan areas of the country, I should say. So you have the Boston Hunters, Los Angeles Queens, New York Heights, and the San Francisco Fireballs. I will say this might be a hot take. I think this might be a hot take.
Wait,
but the Knicks are
Fireballs
terrible.
or Firebells?
Firebells. Oh, I read it wrong. Sorry. San Francisco Firebells. This might be a hot take, might not be, but I think the names are terrible. do better. I'm sorry, but in other important news, this is another major movement for women's professional sports. So again, I'm going to leave you with everybody watches women's sports. So keep watching, keep tuning in. We're expanding to now baseball, where we just had hockey. Now we're expanding to baseball and volleyball. So awesome to see as well.
We definitely kind of try to make it to one of these games. Like, I'm not a big baseball person, but just because it's women, I'm like, I'll watch that, or go out and watch one of the games.
Anyway, this is all we have for this week's episode of Buckets and Besties.
Let us know your 3-point contest winner, which All-Star team you're picking, and your All-Star MVP, and what you're most excited to see during the games.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can listen to Buckets and Besties on YouTube.
All right. Enjoy your All-Star Weekend, everyone.
Yes, and we'll see you next
Peace.
time. Bye, besties.
Bye.